we're Vin and Christine from realorganized.net, and today we're going to talk about 10 ways that decluttering will improve your life. So by the end of this video, you'll know the benefits of decluttering, plus how decluttering actually sparks joy in your life. More so than keeping the stuff would have.
Yeah, and you know how, videos like these work. You're going to be motivated. So let's go. Should we go? Let's go.
Yeah.
This here is the first of 6 videos in a series about decluttering that we're going to be releasing over the next couple of months. We're going to talk about the steps to actually decluttering and strew little tips and tricks along the way. We're going to talk about which mistakes to avoid and how to actually start decluttering if you're feeling super overwhelmed as a parent. You don't have time, you don't have energy. So if that sounds like something that you would be interested in, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you'll be notified when we actually release those videos.
Exactly, but on to the 10 improvements. And here we're not talking about organizing. That's really great, and if you need help with that, then we have another video that we'll link somewhere up here. So go check them out afterwards. But we're talking about decluttering, and that's really the first step, getting rid of all that stuff that you don't need and don't use.
These are based off of our experience of decluttering. Now, obviously, you might have a slightly different experience if you go on a big, decluttering binge. Can you have a decluttering binge?
For sure.
Yep. But this is what we've observed and how our life has improved as a result of decluttering. Now, we moved into this house, was it 4 years ago? That's kind of crazy. But since then, we've been systematically getting rid of stuff. Now, we don't consider ourselves minimalists, but we do consider ourselves Scandinavians. So we don't have a lot of stuff. And this is what we've observed as a result.
The first one being finding things. That's a huge improvement, like finding things you need. And we're not talking about assigning things at home, knowing the scissors are here and the hairbrushes are there. That's great. But it's simply, if you have less stuff, it's easy to find what you're looking for.
Yeah. Take the chargers for our phones, for example. We've gone through and gotten rid of so many chargers. And before we've organized them now, but before we organized them properly, it was a lot easier to find them, even though, we hadn't actually organized them.
Yeah.
So,
simply because we had less.
Exactly. What are some of the things that you keep spending time on trying to find when you need those things?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Let us know in the comments below.
The second thing on our list is that we notice that we appreciate the things that we keep more when we get rid of other things. You notice that you have t-shirts that you really liked that were just kind of buried at the bottom of your drawer. And when you decluttered, you realize, hey, I really like this t-shirt. I wear it. And now I wear it more because I can actually see it when I'm looking for a t-shirt.
Yeah, plus you're happier when you look in your t-shirt drawer because you see all your favorites. And I think in the same lines, the kids, I've noticed that as we've decluttered their toys, they seem to appreciate the ones that they have more and they take better care of them. So instead of having a big bucket of cars, they have the ones that are not broken and the ones that actually work and they like, and then they take better care of them. So it also sparks joy in them because they're happier as they're playing with things they like.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that brings us nicely to item number 3, and that is tidying up. By decluttering, you have an easier time tidying up, not just the kids' toys. Obviously, that does make it easier when there are fewer toys to tidy up, but just around the house. Like, it makes it really easy if there are guests coming over on a moment's notice. You just don't have potentially as many things that you need to tidy up.
And if you don't have clutter lying around and you have to first move a pile of papers before you can wipe underneath it, it takes less time when you can just get straight to it.
Wait, are you talking about cleaning now?
Yeah.
Because that's item number 4.
Oh, that's awesome. Number 4 is cleaning. So,
is there more to say about that?
No, I don't think there is. The next thing we notice is you get a lot better sleep if your bedroom is decluttered. We really saw a big difference in this in our life. If we have a nice decluttered bedroom, it's so much easier to fall asleep and actually have a relaxing night's sleep.
Yeah, I'm the one that has a hard time falling asleep most of the time.
Out of the two of us.
Yeah. And it's usually because I've got a bunch of stuff on my mind, and then I don't need, both a bunch of reminders of things that I haven't done lying around me in the bedroom, and just the fact that this is really cluttered and we need to clean, also weighing on my mind. So having a decluttered bedroom really helps you fall asleep easier and get better sleep throughout the night.
Number 6 is less stress. Having a decluttered home really helps us feel less stressed during the day. Because having kids and activities and jobs and social lives, that's a lot to tackle. And if you also have piles of stuff around your house that sometimes is louder than the kids, that can also add to your stress level tremendously. So by decluttering, you really get a sense of calm more in your life than you would have otherwise.
Yeah, I think that goes hand in hand with the whole, keeping your bedroom decluttered, because you want to wake up to a nice decluttered bedroom, not have a bunch of things, reminding you and getting you started off on the stress foot. That's just a thing that I made up now.
Don't start on the stress foot. Start on the de-stress foot.
And also, since we're working from home, at least with regards to real organized, then, it helps to have a decluttered home for just the creativity of the stuff that we're doing here, the editing. If I'm sitting at my desk and the desk is cluttered, then I feel a little stifled.
The seventh thing that we noticed that improved our life by decluttering has to do with the kids. So far we've talked mostly about what we've seen as improvements in our lives by decluttering, but the kids live here too. And I've really noticed how when it's cluttered and when there are a lot of stuff lying around, they feel more stressed. And when they can't find things, they're annoyed. And that's not good to grow up in.
No, I think stressed kids, unhappy kids, more explosions.
Exactly. And actually, I noticed since we went over their bedroom, I don't even know how long ago that was, like a year, 2 years ago? We went through their bedroom and we really decluttered and organized it nicely. They're so much happier playing in there. They're in there more, they're happier, and they like playing with their toys more in their room versus having to take it out and find a place that has space and they can actually play in.
Also just in the kitchen, I mean, when we ask them to help out with setting the table, putting things away, just by having less stuff, again, it's a lot easier for them to find the stuff that they're looking for. And that makes them feel happy. That makes them feel empowered to, and as a part of the family that they're contributing. So I think that's good. That's good. That can only be good.
That's good parenting.
We're good parents. That sounded really boastful. We're trying to be good parents.
Yeah.
And now again, we've kind of gotten ahead of ourselves because item number 8 is better relationships. And we've talked about that in relation to the kids, but I think also just between us, having a decluttered home, having less mental clutter from the physical clutter means that we are more focused on, things that actually matter in our relationship, in our family life. And that, I think, helps us have a better relationship. Do you agree?
No, I do agree. And I think, you can't really have a relationship without ever fighting or arguing about something, but there are less things to argue about.
We've never argued.
Right, okay.
Sorry, go ahead. That's not true.
No, but I have a point here. There are less things to argue about. That's not a thing to argue about. Oh, doing the dishes. It's your turn to do dishes. Or why haven't you, taken the stuff off the table? If that's just something that's done.
That we do, yeah.
Yeah, then that's something that you don't argue about.
And I think it has a cascading effect. And okay, I almost did it again. I almost went ahead of myself. We'll wait until item number 10.
Good job. First, we need item number 9.
Yep, and that is a safer home.
Yeah, and that's a big one. First of all, if you have less stuff, you're less likely to trip over things. Like Legos, if you stepped on Legos before, that hurts like crap. If you're a parent, you have stepped on Legos.
Okay, but this is...
No, that's the first thing.
Yeah, but we're not going to declutter Legos ever. That is no, okay. That is because you're Danish, we're Scandinavians. Lego is, is a part of our soul.
I had Lego clothes when I was little. Everything was Lego when I was little.
We're getting off topic.
Yeah, okay. So, safety. That's what we're talking about. So, tripping over boxes or balls or something else on the floor, it's a safety hazard. Also, it's a fire hazard having too many things lying around. Yeah. And you really want your kids to grow up in a safe home.
Yeah, safety. Safety first. Declutter.
Declutter so safety can happen. That's so corny.
And now we're on to item number 10, which we just lumped together as more life.
Exactly.
That's very poetic and actually, I think, describes what happens when you declutter quite nicely. Decluttering has a cascading effect. So you start with the physical clutter, that impacts your mental clutter, that impacts areas of your life that you wouldn't really even think about. It helps to keep control of your finances. It gives you more energy. It helps you be flexible in terms of your time. So I feel like all of this comes together along with, having better relationships, having people over to just give you more life.
So these are the 10 improvements that we've seen in our life from decluttering. We hope that you're going to do some of the same things and that you feel super motivated after watching this to go and declutter your entire home or office or car or whatever it is you need to declutter in your life. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, like the video, and share it with people who might benefit from it as well, who also would love to see some of these benefits in their lives. See you next week.
Yeah, and you know how stuff like this works. In the context of decluttering, there's this Marie Kondo concept of sparking joy.
Your joy fingers. Joy, joy.